You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
Welcome to the Hot Options Report, your premier source for insight into the fast-moving options market. Each day, we'll track down the products that are dominating the options chains and impacting your trading account, from NVIDIA to VIX and everything in between. If it's lighting up the options tape, then you'll find it on the Hot Options Report.
All right, everybody, it is time to get down to business for Thursday, December 18th. My name, of course, Mark Longo from theoptionsinsider.com, as well as on the network. Reminding you, make sure you subscribe to the full network wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And of course, if you want to join us for the pro, theoptionsinsider.com/pro is the place to go. And wherever you go online, make sure you're checking out the hotoptionsreport.com. Some of the best data you're going to get your hands on in the world of options these days. Probably better than what a lot of brokers are bringing to the table right now. The hotoptionsreport.com is the place to go as we go on in to number 10, listeners. Was it a hot day in the market today? The answer was yes. 673,000 contracts is what it cost you to break into the top 10 most active single name equities today, listener. That's pretty respectable. That's more than we've seen of late out there. I get you to our old pal Oracle. Oracle closing today up about $1.50 at 180, pretty much exactly today. Again, coming in at the number 10 spot and the hot option in Oracle, 71,000 of the 220 puts. Average price for these, $40, listeners. Again, we went out at 180, so these puts going out tomorrow, trading pretty much parity right there. So $40 and change. So that's an interesting choice. As we keep on rolling to number 9, listeners, it's our old pal, the monster. Strategy selling off a little bit today, 158.25, off about 214 or 1.3%. Coming at number 9 today with 756,000 contracts. Again, only at number 9, already at 750,000 contracts. That's a pretty hot day, listeners. And with the monster going out 158.25, the hot option out there today was the par puts, the 200 puts. Once again, a pretty wild paper out here, listeners. As we keep on climbing to number 8, where are we going to go? We're going to go to AV Go. AV Go closing today, 329.88, up about 386 or a little over 1, about 1.2%. Good for 758,000 contracts. And the number 8 spot, the hot option in AV Go today, listeners, 42,000 of the 370 puts. Worth noting, Broadcom is going ex-div today, so something to bear in mind. Whenever we see a stock going ex-div, usually that means the flow is going to be a little bit funky, and that certainly qualifies $40+ in the money puts. Let's keep climbing to number 7. Let's see if we can break out of this put rut, shall we, listeners? Number 7, our old pal Palantir, climbing $8.40, or roaring back to life, nearly 5% to the upside, closing 185.69. Putting up 777,000 contracts. For the number 7 spot, the hot option in Palantir today, 66,000 of the 190 calls. Average price for these, 65 cents. These were opening. Looks like paper might have been selling these bad boys, so we'll see. Maybe drawing a bit of a line in the sand to the upside for tomorrow's session as we keep climbing to number 6. Micron, haven't talked about them in a while. Usually earnings season when they come on our radar, and that is the case today. Micron popping off after the bell, putting up some decent numbers, closing 248.55, up nearly $23 or a little over 10%. Good for 785,000 contracts. And the number 6 spot, the hot option in Micron today, 38, almost 39,000 of the 260s. Average price for these, about $3.12. If you're saying that's kind of ridiculous, well, the stock did get to about 263 right at the start of the session. So these were in the money, if ever so briefly, listeners. As we keep climbing to number 5, it's the Amazonians. They were climbing today, up about $5.50, closing 226.76, putting up 791,000 contracts. For the number 5 spot, the hot option in Amazon today, 53,000 of the 230 calls. Average price for these, 68 cents. What could top an A-Tech name? Well, another A-Tech name, listeners, it's Apple coming in at number 4 with 953,000 contracts. Apple rallying 35 cents today, closing 272.19. The hot option in the fruit company today, 63, nearly 64,000 of the 275s. Average price for these, 37 cents. If that sounds rich, the stock did get to 273.63 earlier today, so they were within spitting distance. Can they cross the 275 threshold by tomorrow? We shall see as we keep climbing to number 3, listeners. It's our old pal Netflix, selling off about $0.75, closing 94 even today, putting up 973,000 contracts. For the number 3 spot, the hot option in Netflix today. Once again, got some wild in the money put action going up. There's 25,000 of the 114 puts. Average price for these, $19.50. So once again, got some funky paper. These are expiring in January, listeners. As we keep climbing to number 2, it's NVIDIA. Once again, NVIDIA been number 2 all week this week. Tesla having some hot action this week. Spoiler alert. NVIDIA closing today 174.14, up about 3.25, nearly 2%. Good for 2.86 million contracts. And the number 2 spot, the hot option in NVIDIA today, 140,000 of the 180 calls. Average price for these, 15 cents. As we keep climbing to the number 1 spot yet again, we were just talking yesterday about Tesla and how people were persisting in trading the par calls, the 500 calls. It seemed kind of wild when the stock closed in the 460s yesterday. But lo and behold, roaring back to life again today. Stock closing 483 1/3, up $16 and change, or almost 3.5%, putting up 2.97 million contracts. For the number 1 spot, the hot option yet again, 179,000 of the par calls, the 500 calls. It's wild that there's enough paper to be opening every one of these sessions out here. Yet that is the case. Average price for these, $1.61. We did see Tesla threaten 490 intraday, get almost to 491. So maybe that makes you a little bit more comfortable shelling out $1.61 for the par calls. Can we get there by tomorrow's close? We shall see. That's going to do it for us on the Hot Options Report today. Remember, check out thehotoptionsreport.com if you want more information on this or a legion of other data we don't have time to get to. Want to make your own top 10? Thehotoptionsreport.com is the place to do it. You can't beat the data, and you can't beat the price. See you back here tomorrow for volatility views, and then back again with the final Hot Options Report for the week. And stay safe out there, everybody.
You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.